Welcome to another episode where some of us are tired because we're just back from sunny Seattle. I mean, Seattle is never sunny in November, but anyways,
It was
let's not
beautiful.
talk about us, Jess. It was beautiful, but just not outside. But
I was talking about us.
yeah, we were beautiful.
Yeah.
We always are. But what I was already trying to say, let's not talk about us because we have a guest. Laura is joining us this week. Laura, welcome to the
Hi.
show. Thank you for joining us. For
Thank you
those
for
that have not met you before, who are you?
Yeah, my name is Laura. I'm working for a company here in Germany, in the southern part of Germany, and I'm a BI developer. And yeah, I met Ben at the SQL conference last year. And yeah, we had some meetings during the past community meetups over the last year, and met again on this year's conference. And he asked me to join the podcast, so now I'm here today. Thank you for that.
Pleasure.
Perfect.
Thank you for joining us. So, I mean, we kind of have a feeling where the answer may go, but sometimes we get surprised. Our first question on the podcast is always, what is your favorite data feature? Again, I have an assumption with you coming from the BI field, but surprise us and indulge us.
Yeah, I guess my answer is not that surprising. Of course, my favorite data feature is Power BI, but not just wow, super
Did not
mind
see
blown
that coming.
answer. No, just like basically because I did my first, let's say, baby steps with Power BI working in data itself because I'm like not a IT native person, let's say. So I did not study anything regarding to IT. I come from the economic side, and I was a web analyst in an e-commerce store, and kind of worked with data, but more like Excel wise, and yeah, not that deep into SQL Server or something. And a former colleague told me that there is a super new cool tool called Power BI, and yeah, I should get into it. And yeah, that's why I learned more about like data and what to do with it and how to create data models and how to get into SQL Server, and yeah, to realize I want to learn more about that and I want to work in that special part of the economy and be part of the IT team and learn more about BI, and that's where my path began to say.
Very cool.
Before I start with Jess, did we ever have someone tell us that Excel was their favorite data thing? I don't. I think we had Access, but not Excel.
I don't remember Excel being mentioned either. I was going to say, we should have kept a list of the favorites so we could reference them.
Yeah, well, I mean, we kind of covered the fact that we should have kept a list of many, many things. But, anyways, back to our guest, because even Power BI is still a rather wide field. Is there anything besides the fact that it was kind of your entry? I'm going to say entry drug because why not into the data world? Is there anything in particular where you say this is exactly why Power BI is my favorite? Or is it just the overall grand scheme of, I'm going to
Yeah,
say simplicity because that's kind of it's so simple even Ben can use it, just like real-time intelligence. Did I tell you about that t-shirt, Jess? I'm sitting at SQL conference and then Brian Bonk and Devang Shah come with a t-shirt that says real-time intelligence. It's so simple even Ben can do it. I'm still not sure if I'm offended by it or not, but
Sounds like a
anyways,
compliment.
back
It's
to my
fine.
question, back to our guest, all these rabbit holes here.
it's hard to answer. I would say it's a tool that combines so many aspects of the data world or the data business. Like on the one hand, the coding part and the semantic models and the technical part to deep dive into data and find new aspects, new things, but also to like visualize the data, to build a report, to think about what does my customer want, how can I show what they are searching for, what else can I show them, and also like the creative part in a way, like to build it, how to make the colors and things like that. So I think it combines many, as let's say, many aspects of my personality as well. So yeah, it's like both sides. The clean data part and the creative build something new part. So that's why I like it.
Very cool.
No, agreed. I mean, we had Power Hour last week, at Pass Summit and seeing all the totally useless but still fun things people can also do with that tool. It shows you the endless capabilities.
Yeah.
You can use it in very fun ways, also very useless ways. But that was kind of the point.
Perfect. Well, maybe this will tie into the second question of our podcast, because we have found some people that have tied in their favorite data thing to the next question. But what is your favorite non-data thing? What do you get up to in your spare time?
Definitely ChatGPT. So I'm obsessed with ChatGPT.
Amazing. Okay.
Yeah, so let's say I just learned how to use it like half a year ago, like how to properly use it and how to really write prompts and how to ask the questions I want. But now I'm using it for like everything you can think about, like from work stuff to like travel plans or whatever, like everything that comes to my mind. I'm like, oh, let's ask ChatGPT, and yeah, so I love it. It's awesome.
So for travel plans, you'll say like, I'm going to go to Italy. Where should I visit? Like something like that, or something more specific? Give us a prompt for our travel plans.
Yes, something like that. So, for example, we have like my husband and I, we have a couple, like friends couple from the United States, and we try to join each other once a year. Like one time we fly over to them, and one year they fly over to Europe, and then we try to travel somewhere together none of us has been to before. And so we were thinking about like next year having a trip to Scandinavia, Norway, Sweden, whatever, but no idea like how to plan it, where to go. We were like, okay, we have around about 2 weeks. We want to go by car, and that's it. So I prompted ChatGPT and asked like, okay, we are 4 people. We are by car. We do not want to drive more than 3 hours a day. We want to hike. We want to see like historical stuff. Where do we go? Like, build me a 2 week travel plan, and it did it. So it's just great.
Amazing. So what, it lays out like cities you should visit and things you should do?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you can like tell, okay, I want to like spend more days in the city or more days in nature or whatever, and it will just tell.
That's pretty cool.
I should give, well, I mean, I'm using ChatGPT a lot for a lot of useless things, but I haven't used it for travel. I'm going on vacation tomorrow, so I will give this a
Maybe ask
try.
it.
Might
I
be
mean,
a
I also
little
asked a couple
late
of
for
friends
planning,
from
but
the areas that we're going to visit for advice. Let's see if they were truthful. Let's see if they were really helpful with their advice.
Yeah, it's maybe a challenge for them.
and then you'd
Well,
be
maybe
like,
we
why didn't
can't
you
be
tell me about
friends
this?
afterward.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. I mean, apparently I'm closer with ChatGPT now these days than I am with you, so we're parting ways. Well,
Kind of.
we will see. We shall see. Well, I mean, one amazing thing about vacation, I don't know about the two of you, but one of the things I always appreciate about vacation, especially when going to places where I've never been before, is exploring new cuisines and new foods, which is an amazing segue to our third question.
Crush that, mate.
Right, Jess?
Well
I
done.
mean,
Wow.
I don't
So
know how I do it.
professional.
I'm going to change my X handle to Mr. Segway as we speak. Nobody will notice anyway because nobody's on there anymore, but it will just be for.
But we'll know.
Anyways, exactly. If you know, you know. It takes one to know one. Anyways, to my question, Laura, what's your favorite food?
So I'm German. I'm a German girl. So everything that comes with potatoes, I just love potatoes in any way you can cook them or whatever, like baked or mashed or whatever. I love potatoes. It's my favorite thing.
Perfect.
I can relate to that.
Me too, and I'm not German. I also love potatoes.
Yeah.
Plus, potatoes always go well, no matter which way you prepare them with butter. So, and that's at the latest where you get us.
Yeah, butter is my favorite food.
I can accept anything with potatoes, but is there any specific potato dish that stands out? Like, to me, I mean, simple, but that would be fries.
It's like the same way basically. So like once a week at least I make like baked potatoes. So I like cut them into little pieces and put them in the oven. So it's like self-made fries, let's say. And like have just a tomato and bean salad with it, and I can eat tons of it. It's awesome.
See, I feel
We
like
used to do that.
Go on.
Go ahead,
Sorry?
Jess.
I was going to say I feel like fries are not top of my list of potatoes. I feel like there are so many other potato options. Like
There are. I mean, we had Daniel Hutmacher tell us about Swiss Rösti, which are the nice thing about fries is again the simplicity and how especially we got an air fryer a couple of months back, and so easy,
Yeah,
so delicious, so crispy. Now I want fries.
and as Ben, as you know, I'm a vegan, so fries is like my save me anywhere I go for dinner. At least
Yeah.
they have fries and salad. So
it's like a safe
Yeah,
go-to.
that's where I was curious when you were like, "Well, I'm German," so because whenever usually
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
says,
yeah.
"I'm German," the obvious answer is some kind of sausage, and then, well, she's not going to go for that unless
See,
she fooled me.
I didn't know she was vegan, so
Hang
I was
on.
fully on board with the we're going sausages here.
yeah, I mean they have vegan sausages and vegan schnitzel.
Yeah.
We had vegan schnitzel at the SQL conference. They were really good.
They were
Nice.
really good, but still, I don't think they go on most people's top of the list of a favorite.
No, I don't think so. Mine either. So
There's very edible non-meat sausages and all that, but making them a favorite, that's a bit.
They're
of a
not
stretch.
above fries, is what you're saying.
They're not exactly.
right.
Gotcha.
I mean, fries are not my favorite food. They would just, I think, be my favorite potato food.
It's all right. We can have categories of favorite food. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, at some point we're going to have that episode, Jess, where we talk about our favorite foods, and for that we can just totally break the rules and come up with we can
Yeah,
just
yeah.
have 5 different favorite foods, because that's the nice thing if you make the rules.
Yeah, over
You can
the
be strict
last
with your guest and just
exactly over the
That'll be
last
a 2-hour
80
episode.
episodes or so, we have learned all of the tricks to get in extra things, right? Like, well, this is my favorite weekend food. This is my favorite weekday food. You know.
well, weekend afternoon food.
Yes, exactly.
Weekend afternoon food with butter, weekend afternoon food without butter. There's all these different categories.
Exactly. That episode is going to be long.
I'm not sure it will be, because at the same time, us talking about food, we usually both get hungry,
This
so
is
we
true.
may want to cut it short just to grab some. Unless, and hear me out, unless we do that episode from a place that has food.
And we just keep ordering food and eating it.
Nice. Very
This
nice.
is perfect.
Then again, we kind of stopped actually kidnapping our guests on the podcast to just have them make food.
Yeah, the bus got a
We
little
kind of
tight,
circled
didn't
back
it?
to- yeah.
I would be fine with that.
You're coming along? Okay, great. This is what we found. This is what we found, is we said we were going to kidnap people, but then people voluntarily got into the bus, so then it just became a party,
Yeah.
really.
And I'm totally not opposed to parties. But kidnapping is different fun than I thought it would be. Well, this
Yeah.
came out in a very incriminating way. But anyways, you all know what I mean. I never plan to kidnap anybody. FBI, if you're listening.
Good to know.
True story. No, let's not go down that path. Let's stick to we're having a party in the van.
Smart.
That is incriminating enough as it is, but in a good enough way. Anyways, all that talk about food, as always, made me hungry. So I'm going to grab some food before I'm grabbing more food next week on vacation and all that. But even though I'm going to be on vacation next week, of course, we're going to have an episode next week with Get Another Friend. So, Laura, thank you for joining us this week. Thank you, Jess.
for having me.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. And we see you all next week with Yet Another Friend. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.